Quando se vem a Goa, o que é que se pode visitar? As praias, as lojas, a nossa família? Mas eu conheço um sítio bem diferente, mesmo no centro de Panjim, onde tenho a certeza que será recebido com muito carinho.
The students of Dempo College in Altinho have little direct connection any longer with Goa's Portuguese past. But if they cared to pay a visit to their neighbours, they'd discover a fascinating fragment of that forgotten era that still survives just next door, the Providoria Home for the Aged.
Providoria é instituto muito único, assim, porque dá assistência a gente pobre, gente que precisa. Nós temos muitos esquemas onde imediatamente damos relief. Estes são para os velhos que a família não pode olhar. A providoria dá toda a assistência. Eles moram na albergues e nós damos comida, medicamento, roupa, toda a assistência.
The Providoria was set up by the Portuguese in Goa in 1948 along the lines of similar social welfare institutions in Portugal, like the Misericordia. While the institution itself has now been taken over by the Goa government, the lives of many of its inmates continue to remain closely intertwined with Portugal.
Nós temos muitos descendentes de gente de Portugal. Temos gente que tem parentes em Portugal. Aqui são professores, senhores de grandes casas e boa gente. E toda a vida eles trabalharam para a sociedade. E agora que estão aqui, eu quero dar a eles uma boa vida, uma razão para viver.
Among the home's longest residents is Dona Olivia, who hails from a family with a history of distinguished military service to the Portuguese.
A minha família era alguma coisa importante em Deus, porque os meus avós, meus bisavós eram todos militares oficiais. O meu bisavô era tenente-coronel, o meu avô um era capitão e o outro era major.
But circumstances led to a decline in Olivia's family fortunes, and among those who stood by them in those difficult times were several Portuguese friends.
Pois tem boas lembranças de que eles trataram-nos muito bem e nós estávamos em Deus. Mas os portugueses nunca fizeram diferença a nós, por sermos um bocado pobres. Meu pai depois está embaixo. Não tinha aquelas mesmas coisas que podiam ser. Somos de boas famílias, mas não serve para nada. Família não pode dar para comer. E os portugueses eram muito caritativos. Lisboa nasceu pertinho.
Olivia also has fond memories of the Portuguese songs that she learned back then, which she still sings occasionally to cheer up her spirits when she's low.
Foi batizada nascer. Sei muitas canções em português, sei fados também. Agora o que eu sei, às vezes quando canto, esqueço umas palavras no meio, mas aliás canto. Canto mais em português do que em inglês, porque em inglês agora tem prática. Mas eu nasci, cresci, estudei, toda a minha vida foi português. E o que o berço dá, não, a tumba só leva.
It is late afternoon on the Mekong River in Cambodia. In Daum Rokar commune, Keone is busy ploughing his paddy fields. When the rains come, his land will be naturally irrigated by the river waters, providing his household with a stock of rice to last the entire year. Down near the riverbank, Keone's wife, Nan Pha, is busy feeding the family cattle. Their fodder too comes from the vegetation floating on the river surface. Out Out on the river, Vanna and his wife Sopon are hoping for a good catch of fish today. A little down the shore, Jantu is collecting shells from the river sand, which will make a tasty meal for the family dinner. Like millions who live along the Mekong, the lives of Dayum Raka's villagers depend a great deal upon the river's bounty.
ទឹកទន្លេនឹងផ្ដល់ផលប្រយោជន៍ឲ្យប្រជាពលរដ្ឋនៅភូមិដើមលកានឹងបានល្អក្នុងឆ្នាំនេះមកល្អហើយមធ្យមបានត្រឹមហិកតានឹងបានត្រឹម5 6តោនបាទផ្ដល់ឲ្យប្រជាពលរដ្ឋនឹងអាចរស់នៅបានចិញ្ចឹមក្រុមគ្រួសារទាំងអស់នឹងនៅភូមិដើមលកាយើងខ្ញុំនឹងអាចរស់នៅបានសុខបាន
Over generations, people have learnt to adapt their lives to the river's ever-changing moods and rhythms, including the annual phenomenon of flooding.
ខ្ញុំសគួរជាបើសម្រាប់គូកបីដែលទឹកលិចមកហ្នឹងអត់គូអត់មានស្មៅស៊ីទេអញ្ចឹងបានមានចំបើងអញ្ចឹងខែនេះខែទំនេរហ្នឹងគឺខ្ញុំខំទឹកបញ្ជូនច្បើងដាក់ឲ្យបានច្រើនដើម្បីឲ្យគូកបីស៊ីនៅរដូវទឹកចំនួន
Sacred groves also occupy an important place in Kerala's colourful folk art heritage with the annual rituals of the Kava gods and goddesses. Perhaps the most spectacular of these rituals is the Theyyam, or the dance of the gods, which is performed once a year in the Kavas of the Malabar. As the dancer gyrates to the hypnotic rhythm of the drummers, he is possessed by the spirit of the patron deity. One by one, devotees line up to seek the Theyyam's blessings, while he in turn exhorts them to preserve the sanctity of the sacred grove. With the approach of nightfall in Kongani-Chal Kava, it is time for the spectacular Kongani-Chal Bhagavati to enact the grand fire Theyyam. And as the glorious spectacle unfolds before our eyes, yet again one is filled with a feeling of wonder. At the richness of the sacred grove legacy that continues to live on in so many different parts of India. A legacy that has so much to offer to the modern world.
dance with me. I'll teach you cha-cha-cha.
I want the muchacha latina, latina ladki kya hasina. I want the latina muchacha, she teach me cha-cha-cha. I want the muchacha latina, latina ladki kya hasina. I want the latina muchacha, she teach me cha-cha-cha. She teach me cha-cha-cha. She teach me cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha. Oh, please, don't break your mother. Oh, please, don't break my motherland. Oh, please, don't break your mother. Oh, please, don't break my motherland.
We are going to defeat every single evil design.
As night falls, an impassioned speech is made by the campaign's convener that sends out a clear signal to those in power.
You fool around with our land. You sell us for a price. And then hell hath no fury like a goan scorn. Regional plan, hatao! Antanata! Antanata!
And finally, the rally concludes with the symbolic burning of the plan. A gesture which dramatically expresses the Goan people's will.
Hello? Hello? Okay, you come here to pick us up. Perfect, thank you very much. Thanks, see you.
Anake is someone that was recommended to meet by Pichet. He's maybe around 50 years old. He's a writer, but he's also running a museum of nostalgia. It's a museum for everyday lives, things, devices from his childhood. So around the years of 40s, 50s, 60s. Things that belong to his life and Thai society. And going through this museum, I thought that this is also something which seems to exist everywhere, at least creating such a museum and feeling the need to prevent things from vanishing or preserve a certain time by keeping its objects, something which exists here and there.
This room is for a coffee shop. We have hot water to have a tea or coffee.
Mm-hmm. The tea, is it black tea or what kind of? Because when you drink it, it's always very orange. What makes the color, or what kind of tea is it?
Tea is too yellow.
From the tea?
Yes.
How do you call this specific tea? Because I know tea which is black or green, but not yellow.
tea is orange or yellow.
And the name of the tea, or is it tea?
Cha.
Cha.
We call cha.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is old Thai Coca-Cola?
Yeah. Costco.
Costco?
The people don't like this taste. They like Pepsi or Coca-Cola. So it go from life.
Not produced anymore.
Yeah. I was born in bookshop at Songkhla province, the southern of Thailand, 56 years ago.
And this is from the shop
from
of
my
your
shop,
father?
yes. When my parents died, we closed the shop. And I take many books from the shop to here.
And did it look similar? How did the bookshop look?
Yes,
from
but
in
it
which
is
you were
one
born?
corner. I have many texts when I was child, and I like to read the book. So I like to be a writer.
I wish the time didn't change.
Excuse me.
As the rituals gather momentum, the temple priest is seemingly possessed by the spirit of the goddess, who bestows favors on her faithful devotees. By tradition, a sheep is sacrificed to propitiate the goddess and seek her blessings. The cult of Nanda Devi extends far beyond Lata's borders and forms an integral part of the culture of the Garhwal.
The Garhwal region is tied with the psychology of the vast majority of the Indian population, and the backbone of this cultural landscape is the Ganga River. In the Indian context, many of these rivers are revered, and Ganga occupies the highest level of reverence that we attribute to the river systems in the country. There is a belief among a large section of the society that unless you visit the Garhwal Himalaya and go to the region from where the Ganga originates, you are not likely to attain salvation. And therefore, all along the Ganga river, you have got a large number of temples and religious places of worship because of the sacredness that is attached with the river.
It isn't just Hindus who come to participate in the festivities though.
सिख लोग भी आते हैं क्योंकि यहाँ हम लोग ऐसे हैं, इकट्ठे ही रहते हैं। सिख लोग हम जान पहचान के होते हैं, यार दोस्त होते हैं, और इधर में ये नहीं है कि तुम सिख हो हम हिंदू हैं। हम अक्सर एक दूसरे के मतलब गुरुद्वारे में भी चले जाते हैं और सिख लोग जो हमारे इधर में भी आ जाते हैं।
What is especially notable is the enthusiastic participation of many Thais who have great devotion to several Hindu gods and goddesses.
ये 10-15 साल के अंदर जो है थाई लोगों में इतनी श्रद्धा बढ़ी है, हम लोग खुद देखते हैं कि कैसे ये सब इतनी श्रद्धा से प्रभु के दरबार में आते हैं और अपनी आंखें बंद करके समाधि जो है घंटों घंटों बैठते हैं। और हम लोग ही देखकर जो है इतना खुश होते हैं कि हम जहाँ भी रहते हैं उस देश के लोग जो हैं हमारे धर्म की इतनी इज्जत करते हैं।
ดิฉันนับถือพระพุทธเจ้าทุกศาสนาทำให้เราเป็นคนดีนะคะแล้วเราก็ขึ้นมาบนนี้เราก็คิดว่าทุกศาสนาองค์ปู่พิฆเนศมหาเทพทุกพระองค์ก็มีสิ่งที่ทำให้เราดีขึ้นเหมือนกันทุกศาสนาทำให้เราเป็นคนดี
The Thai fascination with India goes back thousands of years and reflects in the many elements of Hinduism that have become an integral part of Thai cultural tradition.
देवी देवताओं का पहले तो यहाँ प्रचार था ही, बाद में एकदम ख़त्म सा हो गया था। पीछे ब्रह्मा जी की स्थापना जगह जगह यहाँ शुरू हुई। एरवान होटल के सामने ब्रह्मा जी हैं और इतने जागृत वो ब्रह्मा हुए कि देश विदेश से ग्रुप बनाकर 100-100, 200 आदमियों के लोग दर्शन करने आते हैं और उस जैसा से अपनी मनोकामना की पूर्ति पाते हैं। उसी की देखा देखी लोगों की श्रद्धा बढ़ी और हर बिल्डिंग, बड़े बिल्डिंग के सामने ब्रह्मा की मूर्ति लोगों ने स्थापित करनी शुरू कर दी। बाद में फिर शंकर की मूर्ति भी कहीं रखी गई और अब गणेश जी का इतना ज़्यादा प्रचार हुआ है कि लगभग घर घर में छोटी या बड़ी गणेश की मूर्ति पहुंच गई हैं और बहुत जगह पर बहुत बड़ी बड़ी मूर्तियां भी बनी हैं।
The cultural exchange works both ways, like with this portrait of the Queen of Thailand being honored with flowers by visitors to the temple. It is equally heartwarming to see a Buddha statue given pride of place amidst the pantheon of Hindu gods and goddesses adorning the temple's altar.
जैसा कि आप देख रहे हैं देव मंदिर में अन्य हमारे भारतीय देवी देवताओं के अलावा बुद्ध भगवान भी विराजमान हैं, तो देख करके थोड़ा सा आश्चर्य होता है। लेकिन पहली बात तो है कि जिस देश में हम रह रहे हैं, जिस देश ने हमें सब कुछ दिया है, उस देश के प्रधान देवता को भी देवता की तरह हम लोग मान्यता देते हुए यहाँ स्थापित कर रहे हैं। दूसरा एक कारण है कि भगवान विष्णु ही बुद्धावतार के रूप में प्रकट हुए, ऐसी पौराणिक मान्यता है। इसलिए बुद्ध हमारे नारायण स्वरूप ही हैं, इसलिए भी हम उनको नारायण का दर्जा देते हुए स्थापित किए हुए हैं।
Another arthritis patient who has recently come AFI's way is Tyagu, who was diagnosed with juvenile arthritis at the age of 7.
எனக்கு ரொம்ப மனசுல வேதனை ஆயிடுச்சு. ஒரே ஒரு குழந்தையை கொடுத்த கடவுள் இப்படி பண்ணிட்டானேன்னுட்டு. நான் நார்மலாக தான் பிறந்தான் இவன். பிறந்து 5 வருஷத்துல தான் அப்படி ஆயிட்டான். அப்புறம் 7 வயசுக்கு தான் இவனுக்கு அந்த மாதிரி ஆயிருக்குது. ஆனால் குணப்படுத்திடலான்னு சொன்னாங்க. குணப்படுத்திடலான்னு சொன்னால் நம்மக்கிட்ட பைசா இல்லை. சரி ஏதோ நம்மளால் முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு நம்ம ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் கொடுத்துனே தான் இருந்தோம்.
To save Tyagu the inconvenience of travelling to Hosmat, AFI has made arrangements for him to receive home-based physiotherapy at Jackie's house, administered by veteran physio and AFI trustee Mary Varghese.
Oh, you're having a lot of pain today. My school is near to Jackie's auntie's house. I come to Jackie auntie's house to take physio exercise. It is easy to come and go. When I do the exercise, I'll become little relief, uncle.
The first time I saw Tyagu with his contorted torso and twisting and shifting out of the auto, it really wrenched my heart. But Tyagu's smile was just so mischievous. He was like any other boy, and his conversation was so charming. He was ready to come for physiotherapy at my house despite being tired and weary, and spend that extra hour after school. And though it was during my rest time in the afternoon, believe me, I would jump out of bed at 3 in the afternoon, very expectantly and eagerly waiting for Tyagu's auto and his mom to bring him into my home.
Push down.
And who knows, with AFI's support, perhaps Tyagu might one day even be able to realize his dream of becoming a professional engineer.
I want to become an engineer when I grow up. All the boys say it will be a trouble, you cannot be an engineer. Engineer means you should do all the work, you will have to be put in trouble. You be quiet in home, they say. I say I want to become an engineer.
(1498) was an epoch-making year in the history of the world. In May that year, Vasco da Gama, Portuguese nobleman and explorer, landed in India, some miles north of Calicut on the Malabar coast. This landing marked the successful conclusion of a quest he had begun nearly a year earlier, to find a sea route from Europe to the east around Africa. Da Gama's voyage was to become a turning point in human history, opening as it did the doors to the colonial era in Asia and Africa. The story of the rise and fall of Portugal's Eastern Empire, the Estado da Índia, is a fascinating saga that has to date remained largely untold. In the video that follows, we have tried to piece together some glimpses of a key fragment of this story. Portuguese India.